We are very excited to bring you the building that we present in this virtual tour. It is the result of almost 10 years planning that reinforces the Gateway Rehabilitation Center's commitment to treatment of youth addiction. The building is a 23,500 square foot, 3-story facility with 42 treatment beds split into 3 units, 21 for our youth extended stay program, 12 in the youth and young adult boys program, and 9 for the youth and young adult girls program. It contains all of the program spaces, living areas, and design elements that will make it a first-class treatment facility. It meets Gateway Rehab's physical needs. But the design does not stop at meeting only the physical needs. Gateway Rehab has a treatment philosophy that includes the best practices to bring youth from addiction into recovery. The building design reflects this treatment. Youth will arrive with their family or referral source to a covered main entry. From here, they will enter the first of 3 pavilions that comprise the treatment experience. This pavilion, called the Family Pavilion, serves as both an arrival and a separation point. From the arrival, the youth will progress across a symbolic bridge into the second of 3 pavilions, the Self Pavilion. This area, which includes the primary living quarters, group rooms, and other treatment spaces, is an area of self-discovery as a youth seeks recovery in our care. Throughout treatment, the youth will spend a significant amount of time in the Self Pavilion, while the family will stay primarily in the Family Pavilion. As the treatment progresses, there will be occasions when the youth and the family will reunite in the grandest part of the building, the Hope Pavilion. The youth and the family enter and leave this pavilion through separate paths organized around a central courtyard. The courtyard is an experiential core to the building. At the conclusion of the treatment, the family and the patient will be reunited on the original side of the courtyard where they first parted for treatment. They leave to continue the road to recovery together. The building is situated on a large, flat field on the east side of Gateway Rehab's main Center Township campus. It will be prominent on the left as you travel the main drive onto the campus. From the main drive, you approach the building and enter under a covered portico. Moving around the building, we get a better view of the Family Pavilion and how it connects spatially to the Hope Pavilion. Adjacent to the building on this side is the first of 2 underground bioretention ponds to manage stormwater runoff. Gateway Rehab believes in being a responsible neighbor, including addressing the environmental impacts of our facilities. The design seeks to mitigate other environmental impacts with reduced energy consumption, smaller hard surface footprints, and enhancement of the spectacular natural features present on the campus. As we rotate to the east side of the building, we get a look at the large glass areas that will connect the Hope Pavilion to the adjacent natural wooded hillside. Moving to the north, we see the Self Pavilion, where the youth will spend the majority of their time in treatment with us. This 3-story wing of the facility houses the living spaces, group rooms, classrooms, and staff spaces necessary for treatment. Patient spaces face the natural hillside for both the quality of the view and the confidentiality it will bring, while the staff spaces face the more public driveway and green lawn in front of the building. As we move to the west side of the building, we see the view that will capture the eye of the patients, family visitors, and staff as they enter our campus. This also returns us to the main entry. As we move through the entry, we come under the portico and into the main reception area. This is the point at which the patient and the family separate. Ahead is the corridor that family will use to access the Hope Pavilion. To the left is the bridge the youth will use to enter the Self Pavilion. Along the side of both corridors is the open courtyard at the core of the building. As you move into the Hope Pavilion, you enter a small reception area serving as a transition between the pavilions. Then enter into the Hope Pavilion itself. This pavilion is a large vaulted ceiling space containing the cafeteria, family group room, and a chapel. The space is completed with movable partitions that will allow staff to segment the room into multiple configurations. As we move back to the exterior view of Gateway Rehab's new Youth Services building, we complete our virtual tour. We are excited at the possibilities this building brings to enhance youth treatment at Gateway Rehab and hope that you have a better understanding of the significant planning and treatment step that we have made. Thank you for your dedicated and ongoing support.